Creations. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose, in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links in the description box below. Today, I'm bringing to you a spring DIY that has such a rustic farmhouse feel to it, I can hardly stand it. I love this DIY. This DIY is using 100% Dollar Tree items, and they are items you can find at Dollar Tree right now. So I'm gonna quit my gabbing, let's jump into it, and let's do some spring DIYing on a budget. Rustic farmhouse spring DIYing on a budget. Let's get to it. Who is today's KB Creations crafter of the day? You'll want to stick around to the end of the video to see if it's your creation that's being featured in today's video. For this DIY, you'll need one of these half circle wreath forms from Dollar Tree. Because I'm going rustic, a roll of burlap is going to be needed. This burlap is perfect for covering up this wire wreath form. So just by hot gluing one end of the burlap to the wreath form itself, you can then, just wrap the wreath form. One roll of burlap is going to be plenty. Bottle brush carrots, amazing. I love these. These are adorable. Two come in this pack. I just showed these in my recent new finds at Dollar Tree, so you should be able to find them right about now. Only I'm not much liking the raffia bow because they're kind of unruly looking. They're not very neat. And I feel like these need a twine bow instead of a raffia bow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove all of the raffia bows and replace them with some cream twine. Yep, I'm switching it up a bit, but twine is twine. I'm doing this bow a couple strands thick just to give it a bit of substance. Where did I find cream twine at? Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You can get it for $1.99 a spool, which is not a bad buy. And yes, each of these bottle brush rustic carrots is going to be finished off with a cream twine bow. And these rustic carrots, they're going to go on the wire wreath form that we covered with burlap. Yep, I'm going to place them and evenly space them apart because, again, I like to see the burlap in between the carrots, and I didn't want to buy Dollar Tree out of all their bottle brush carrots. I wanted to save some for other people, so I figured I was pushing my luck, taking 5 of them. Kind of felt guilty about that, but I knew I needed at least 5 for this, and so yeah, this DIY is going to be worth it. I wasn't much liking how the ends of this wreath form looked. It looks unfinished, it looks messy. So I pulled out some of my thicker twine. This is a jute cord that you can get at Walmart for about $2.99 for a 2-pound roll. And I figured I'd just do a couple rows of this on the end, giving it a more finished look. And finishing it off with a regular twine bow on each end. Oh wait, we are so not done with this DIY because there's a second part that's gonna be added onto this wreath. This wreath is super cute just the way it is, right? But oh no, I'm adding more rusticness to this. Is there such a word as rusticness? Okay, well there is now. Using one of these bunny plaques, this is a wall decor plaque. We've all seen these. I'm gonna remove this spring banner, but I am not going to discard it because we are going to reuse it here in a bit. But to this bunny's gonna get a good healthy coat of, guess what? That is not Waverly chalk paint. Oh no, that's Mod Podge. Yes, what am I gonna cover this bunny with? Oh, just wait for it. Yes, I am pulling out the white birch wood looking ribbon. 18 feet of it comes on this roll. Awesome. To adhere the ribbon onto our bunny plaque, you're first gonna wanna put a nice, good, healthy coating of some Mod Podge. Then you can go ahead and lie your ribbon down on top of that Mod Podge. But because our ribbon is only 3 inches thick, we're gonna have to add several pieces of ribbon. What's great about this is when you place the ribbon side by side, the seam where they meet is invisible. It is amazing. I am over the moon excited about that. And so it's gonna take, I think, 4 pieces of ribbon to cover this bunny, which isn't bad. We've got 18 feet of this in one spool, and I have 4 spools, which means, oh my word, you can count on seeing this ribbon in other DIYs. So don't get sick of it yet. Once the ribbon is placed, I'm gonna go back over the top of the ribbon with another coating of Mod Podge. This is gonna stiffen up that ribbon, in turn making it a lot easier to cut off the excess ribbon from around the plaque. Once the Mod Podge is good and dry on our plaque, we're good to go. We can cut off that excess ribbon, and I'm gonna do so by using a safety razor, a safety cutter. It's always best to use a fresh, sharp blade because then you're gonna get a cleaner cut, and just using the plaque itself as a guide, I'm gonna cut off that extra ribbon. Before I altered this plaque, this bunny had a ribbon around its waist with a bow, and so I wanted to add a rustic ribbon. So what better way to add a rustic ribbon than to do it with some burlap? Perfect, right? I folded my burlap in half. This is a dark brown burlap roll that Dollar Tree has. It's just like the light brown one that I used to cover the wreath form with. And so by folding it in half, it's gonna elevate it a bit, which I wanted. I wanted to give this dimension and not just cut a strip, because if you cut it in half, the one strip you're gonna see through the burlap and you're gonna see the wood background, and that was kind of what I wanted to avoid. So by folding it in half, just like you see me doing here, and adding more Mod Podge to the top of it, this is gonna keep it down. I did cut it a bit longer than the plaque itself so I could hot glue it to the back to really ensure that it stays on. This burlap is the perfect color up against the wood ribbon. Not quite dry yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and move on anyway. To that burlap, yep, I'm gonna add a twine bow. I'm using the lighter twine because had I used a darker one, it would have gotten lost up against that burlap, and I really want the bow to stand out. And it really just kind of adds to the rustic feel of this, don't you think? Ah, perfect. This spring banner definitely needs more of a rustic feel, so to do that, I'm gonna go in with some of Waverly's chalk paint in the color of hazelnut. One of my favorite things to DIY at Dollar Tree is their wall decor plaques, because you're not only getting the plaque itself, but usually the plaques come with an embellishment on them that you can reuse. And so just by putting your own spin and your own touch on it, you can make it suit your decor style easily. And so like I said, you're not only getting that plaque, but you're getting an embellishment too. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. This banner is ready to go back where it once was, only it looks better now because it looks more rustic. Yes, you can see that you can still see the letters, the imprint of the letters anyway on the banner. So if you want to go back over them with maybe a brown or black Sharpie or some black paint, you can totally do that. I dug into my stash and decided to use some of the sticker letters that I had. Dollar Tree's got sticker letters too, you can use those. But I'm gonna go this route just to use up some of those items that I've got in my stash that I haven't been using lately. Now it's time to put the two together. Oh my word, would you look at this? I am loving this. How am I gonna put this together? I'm gonna use some of this thicker twine or the jute cord, like I said, that I got from Walmart. Just by flipping this over onto the back, I cut 4 pieces of twine that I'm just gonna glue to each ear and to the hands themselves. Then I'm gonna just flip it right back over onto the front so I can place this evenly where I want it to be placed. And just by putting some hot glue on the twine or jute cord itself, then laying my pieces down on top of it, I will have the perfect placing, and not only will I have this adorable rustic carrot wreath, but I'm gonna have this rustic bunny hanging right below it. I love this. Easter rustic farmhouse, my favorite. On the back side to hang it up, I'm gonna use my favorite go-to method, which is the free method of adding some twine and just pounding it with a ton of hot glue. Let's go take a look at this. Who is today's KB Creations Crafters of the Day? First one's going out to Chris Jamie Davis, who is bringing to us her recreation of my DIY truck flower holder. I am loving the color choices of the flowers you put in there. Chris, thank you so much for sharing your recreation with us today. Next, we've got Christina Edwards, who's bringing to us her recreation of that same DIY, only it's got that fall and harvest feel to it. Thank you, Christina, so much for sharing your recreation with us today. I love this piece. I love that ribbon. I really, really, really love that ribbon. Have I told you that yet? Have I told you how much I love that ribbon? Because I really love that ribbon. I hope you all enjoyed this rustic spring DIY wall decor piece. Well, front door decor piece. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And let's get this video to, yes, 5,000 likes, please. Because like I always say, each and every one of your thumbs up, and believe it or not, the comments that you do leave down below, they really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please. And bye for now, everybody.